Remember last week we were learning about Noah and his big ark and how God made it rain for 40 days, 40 nights. But Noah and his family and 2 of every animal were saved from the big flood. So now we're going to learn about the next part of the story. So let's get comfy in those seats again. And let's learn about part 2 of Noah. This week's story is called The Rainbow Promise. Noah and his family had lived on the ark for months and months already. Many of the animals had produced babies, and it was getting very crowded. Everyone kept asking Noah when they could leave. "Just look out there," said Noah. "We can see lots of land now. Last week the dove came back with an olive branch in her beak. I sent her out again this morning, and she hasn't come back. That must mean she's found a good place to roost. Soon it'll be our turn. At last the land here will grow crops well when it dries out. We must have shoveled tons of manure overboard by now." But it was another 12 weeks before the ground was dry enough to live on. Then God came and spoke to Noah. "You can leave the ark now, Noah. Release all the animals and reptiles and birds so they can go and make new homes on dry land and raise their young." So Noah set all the animals free, and soon the ark was empty, apart from the smell, which lingered for many months. Noah and his family climbed down the gangplank and looked at the new land God had brought to them. As Noah had guessed, it was very fertile. "The first thing we must do is build an altar to give thanks to God for saving us from the flood," said Noah. So that's what they did. God was pleased with the offering they made on the altar and made this promise. "Even though I know that there will be bad people again in the future, I will never send a flood like this to wipe out the whole world. As long as the earth remains, springtime will come and you can harvest your crops. The cold winter will follow the hot summer every year, just as day follows night. You and your family must make a new start, Noah. The world and its animals are yours, but you must look after them and use them wisely." "So we'll never have such terrible rain again?" asked Noah. "Of course it will rain again," said God. "You need the rain to make crops grow. But if it ever rains so much that you begin to worry that I've forgotten my promise, just look up to the sky. I will put a rainbow there as a sign for you. Every time you see the beautiful colours of the rainbow shining amongst the black rain clouds, you will remember my promise." God made a promise to Noah that he would never flood the earth like that again, and to mark that promise, he made a rainbow in the sky, and we can look out at the window after rain and we can still see a rainbow today. And that means that God's promise is still the same today as it was all those years ago when Noah lived. Isn't that amazing? God has still got the same promise today as he did all those years ago. And that's just amazing. So, will we go and do our craft now? enjoyed doing that craft as much as I did. Now, I hope you have a fab week, and I'll see you all next week. Stay safe. Bye everyone.